So we discussed the scenarios and provisions when the license was given out primarily based on the working of the invention. Could there be other scenarios also where the controller may provide licenses for reasons other than these? Let's discuss one such scenario. As per section 91, a patentee or licensee of another patented invention can approach the controller saying that they are not able to work their invention because this patent is causing hindrance in their operation. And what could be the timeline? Anytime after the grant of this patent. What is the process? Form 17, section 91.1, rule 96. So we go through the same way where the controller checks if there is a prima facie case or not. Another interesting aspect that the controller checks is if such an applicant or a patentee are ready to give license in their patent to the other party, and if their invention has actually made substantial contribution to the industrial activities. So once such basic checks are done, the controller takes the application forward and we go through the same process of submissions, counter submissions, and then hearing and the controller's decision. Upon going over the submissions, the controller may decide to grant the license to both the parties if the other party also wanted a license from the first party. So section 91 doesn't talk about any emergency or doesn't talk about public interest as such. So here is a summary of all that we discussed. All types of compulsory licenses that we discussed. Form 17 was the common form that is required to procure a compulsory license. One important trivia: the controller's order of granting a license is treated as a deed, a legal document for all practical purposes. It defines the terms and conditions and the obligation. So this brings us to the end of this episode where we discussed various ways of obtaining compulsory license. We are yet to discuss how to define the reasonable requirements and how to set the terms and conditions appropriately for a license. Without that, the provisions of compulsory licenses are not complete. In the next episode, we will learn a bit more about reasonable requirements and what all parameters are taken into account by the controller for setting the terms and conditions. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, be good and take care.